The woman that I've been dating for the last 5 months, unfortunately, her mother's car broke down. God has blessed me with two vehicles.
Damn.
So she asked me that if she let her mom take her vehicle so that she can continue going to work, which I completely understand. She asked me if it was okay if she could take my SUV. Of course,
Okay.
because you got to go to work too.
That makes sense.
After 2 weeks, my brakes on my truck are squeaking.
Oh,
Mind you, they were not squeaking before, but that's a different topic. So I go to her and I say, hey, babe, I took my truck by the mechanic place and they said, I'm going to need some new brakes, this and that. This is going to be the cost of it. She looked at me and she said, I do appreciate you letting me drive your truck, but being realistic, that's your vehicle, that's
yeah.
your responsibility.
Well,
Okay, I get that. So after I assessed what she said, after I assessed those words, and then I assessed what TikTok says about me as being a mean man, I calmly asked her,
don't let this go over your head.
I said, so your words are, it's my vehicle, so it's my responsibility, right? And she says, right. So I said, okay.
Now, what he said by that's a whole different topic, referring to the brakes. I was about to say, okay, how long was you driving it before the brakes started squeaking? How what's the last time you drove it? And then it's like, okay, does if has he driven in the car with her before 5 months? I mean, he's probably seen her driving. Is she the type to just start braking everywhere, or you know how to drive your truck a certain way to the point to where the brakes last for the it's a whole that is a whole different topic of conversation. Him going into the background of his car, combine that with the way his girl drives, combine that with how long she was driving it before. That does sound like a whole different conversation. Just for me, I can't tell him what to do with his cars or how he handles his relationship. His relationship is his cars are his. He can do whatever he wants. But personally, me, I would already have that money put to the side to pay for the brakes. It'd be like, okay, those brakes, I know how you drive. Those brakes we're gonna have to get done anyway in the next however many years or how much I drive the car. I might have calculated that in my head. Maybe next year or something like that, or maybe in the next few weeks I was gonna drive it, and I already knew the brakes needed to get fixed. Let me go ahead and do that now. I would, and plus, even if it was a lot, sometimes they say, hey, I forgot which one's the back brakes or the front. They say, hey, when you get all your brakes done, don't get them all done at one go. Sometimes they suggest for you to get the most important ones, the ones that are, um, eroded the most. Like they'll say, just do the brake brakes, the brake brakes. Like they'll say, just do the back brakes first, and then come back later, and then do the front. You know what I mean? They'll literally do it like that. Like if you want to split the cost up, it's cool for you to do that. We suggest you get these, then come back later and get the other ones.
Do me the favor and answer me this. Your hair, your feet, your nails, your bills, those are your responsibility, but those are all things that I have paid for.
Okay.
What's the difference?
Accessories.
With that being said,
So it's like accessories, things you really don't need that much. You kind of semi need them for your beauty, how you look, how you feel throughout the day. But we're talking about accessory and beauty needs versus critical emergency needs. What you need, what you don't need. So accessories are down here. To get them brake fixed, that's way up here because you got a job. You got to have good brakes. You don't want to hear them squeaking all day. You don't want to get into a car accident trying to brake fast and all of a sudden the brakes are gone. Bald, right? Brakes are bald, done, gone. You know what I mean? Um, Now here's the thing. I do know some women, actually a lot, actually that wouldn't have. Actually, all of the women I know would have no problem paying for brakes for a car that they were driving. Hey, I was driving it. I got to get these brakes fixed. He's letting me use the car, so the least I could do is pay for the brake. That makes sense too. If I already had the money to pay for my own vehicles, to pay for I was going to get the brake fixed anyway, like what I said earlier. That makes sense, and it also makes sense for a woman to go, you know what? I'm going to put this on hold. I'm using this to commute back and forth to my job. The most I could do, well, the least I could do right now, he's let me hold the car. I'm filling the gas tank up. I'm putting gas in the car. If something breaks on the car, I gotta fix it. I remember, oh man, this probably be over like 13 years ago. I remember I was using somebody's car to get back and forth from work, and I was responsible for all the, of course I was a guy. I'm responsible for all the repairs, tires, engines, everything. That's the way it usually goes. But when it comes to like your girlfriend, some people would say you would handle that situation a little bit differently. Because I scroll down and comments are just like, oh, you'll see what I don't even want to go into what the comments were saying. You can agree to disagree. Some of the comments I understood where they were coming from, but it's just like when it's your girl, it's looked at a little bit different. Oh, you need to take care of this and take care of that. But like I said, there are women that I know that are in relationships. If their boyfriend or significant other or whatever, they're not married, it's not their husband, but somebody they're seeing, they're using their car, they will take responsibility and say, hey, I'm going to pay for the brakes because I was driving it. Don't worry about it because I got to keep driving this car back and forth to work. There's no right or wrong with this. Some people just might feel away.
Once I break this off, I will be looking for applications because I know that God made me to be a husband and not just be out here single. But I got to handle that first. So you tell me, am I wrong?
So close to making it real.
Once I break this off, like that could only mean break up with him. Talking about applications and single. I don't know, man. Take with that what you will.
The other day, I posted a conversational video about me.
His account's down below for the original content.
Modestly investing in a young lady and loaning her my SUV so that her mother can go to work. When I had loaned her the SUV, everything was good. But when she returned it, the brakes were squeaking. That's the premise. We all know that it takes a long time for brakes to go bad.
It does.
But you missed the principle. Now let me humbly share something with you. As of today, in one of my accounts, this is where God has me sitting.
Okay.
It's not about the brakes. It's not about the brakes. It's about partnership. So this information that I'm going to say to you right now, and this goes for women and men because you have several men who want to come up off of women.
That's true. That is true. We've seen that. We've seen those type of dudes.
When you are looking for a partner, are you a helpmeet or not? If I make $150K a year, that's cool. And if I cover everything, that's cool. But toots, guess what we doing with your check? We putting it in the stock market. We putting it in high yield savings. We creating real estate.
I wouldn't have no problem with that. You know what? I actually had a conversation with somebody a long time ago, and multiple people suggested this. I actually came out and said, look, if both of us are working and I'm paying all the bills and everything else, and it's not that we combine in incomes, but one of your incomes is going all into stocks. Like if she's bringing home a few thousand a month or however much she's making off her part-time job, going to school or whatever, we taking a lot of her and investing it into something that's going to grow. It doesn't have to be just a business, but it can be invested into stocks, S&P. That's a whole different conversation, but you can build really fast if you're investing a lot in a month. Like I know people that have made $7,000 in like a week just by investing in the right thing and knowing where the triggers are. That's a whole different, I'm going into a whole different section here, but that's because he knew what he was doing. But at the same time, yeah, you can use her income to build off of and develop something to bring in even more income. That's like, some people put that into the kind of 100-100 rule. If you don't know what that is, it's like, it's not really, it's kind of half and half, but it's not, but it's like, we're both all in. Usually people that go 100-100, those people live extremely lavish. And they go, girl, oh my God, he got you in all this. Okay. And it's like, girl, we both be working. We both be putting in. And they be like, girl, you don't need to be working. He'll be fine. But no, girl. This is 100. We wouldn't have this without both of us. This is a team. This is teamwork. This is a partnership.
Emergency funds. You're not finna go lollygagging on Sheen and Gucci and Louis and all that so you can post on Instagram and all that. No, that's not what we're doing. So are you a helpmeet or do you just suck your person dry? Now, I want to tell you, a lot of people will try to abuse scripture and say you broke and all that. Obviously, I'm far from broke, but I use my common sense. If you want a partner who's going to add to your life versus someone that's going to suck you dry, that's on you. That is on you. Do what works for your household. But the woman for me, she's going to have financial common sense.
They're out there. They're there.
And she's going to know how to pool
There's a lot of them.
our resources and build it.
Okay.
So if you read through the comments,
Now, for what he's saying, there's a lot of women on these podcast mics that talk like that. That's who he's looking for. But then they probably have other gripes and things about, you know, if let's say if they meet this guy and they go on a date with him, they'll probably come up with a whole bunch of other reasons of why they wouldn't date him or something like that. So
to my people that actually got the message, I salute. But you can also see it's a lot of people that's talking about breaks. The breaks that didn't take no 2 weeks. Duh. You missed the whole message, as usual. I've been doing this for a year. I'm not new to this.
hey man, I mean, hey, link to the original videos down below. Go and check dude out. From the way he talks, the way he comes off, I saw the comments. A lot of women do not like this dude at all. I'm like, look, I didn't hear him say anything too crazy or whatever else. But like I said, there's a bunch of different ways you can go about the situations and how you can look at it. There's not really any wrong way unless some crazy decision was extreme, which I couldn't really think of at the moment. But can I think of any? No, not really. It has to be some type of extreme, like what would you do that? Like that type of thing. But yeah. Yeah, brakes, like a full set of brakes be like $700 today, depending on what kind of car you drive. So yeah, it'd be like sometimes it'd be like $350 for the front, $350 for the back. You're like, god damn. But yeah, it depends on what kind of car you got. But there was one comment at the top of this video to where it was like, something's off. I just can't pinpoint it. I can't tell, but something's not right here. Something's off. Probably because you're showing the bank account and all this other stuff. People probably think it's fake, and I don't know this guy. I can't really say what's fake and what's not fake, man. Just go to his content. If you like what you see, go down below and check him out. Maybe you might like some of the stuff he says. Maybe you won't. I don't know. This kind of caught my ears right here.